Marty Brown.
Marty, were you surprised at how big of a role you played in this game tonight?
Not really. I knew my time would be, or my name would be called when the time comes. I just had to be ready. I practiced it during practice, and I was ready for it.
The touchdown to start the second half, just barreling through with that, with the chaos and whatnot. Just take us through that and how it felt once you actually got into the end zone.
It felt great. Lance Cooper, CC, all them boys pushing me. It was great to have them behind me, pushing for that touchdown.
What did it feel like out there from just from the crowd and the buzz and under the lights, all that stuff?
It felt wonderful. It was a blessing just to be under there, and all the fans, feeling the crowd noise, all of it. It was great.
Hey Marty, as the game went on, Coach Cristobal was starting to go to you more and more. How much more confident were you able to gain as you begin to compile up the carries, knowing that they really needed a good running attack to try to slow Notre Dame down?
Yeah, I felt confident. I've been here before in tight games like this, so it was nothing new to me.
Marty, just your thoughts on how Carson was able to lead the offense tonight?
Oh yeah, he's a general. He's a leader in practice, and it showed up today. He's going to be a leader in game because he does it in practice.
You guys had a 10-point lead. They obviously tied it. 3 minutes to go. You guys go back on the field. What was Carson saying to you guys in the huddle? And I guess what were you guys thinking on that drive?
Just controlling what we control and just keep being physical and keep playing our game football.
You say you've been here before, but this was Miami Notre Dame on national TV, opening weekend, 2 top 10 teams playing.
Yeah. Coach talked about substance, and then, I just really didn't really feed into the crowd or like the game itself, really just, executing the plan.
Did you know anything about the Miami-Notre Dame rivalry going into it much? I know Notre Dame hasn't won here. This is the 7th time that they haven't won since they've been here. Now, thanks to you, you added number 7. But what are your thoughts about the Miami-Notre Dame rivalry? Did you have any idea or conceptualize it as a kid?
Yeah, I had an idea. They informed me with multiple videos on how much, this is a big game. And, I came in here just, ready to compete and help the team win.
With you and Jordan and Mark and everybody in your room, just how confident do you feel about your group of running backs?
I feel really confident. The way we put pressure on each other every day, it speaks volume in our room just to how we compete and how we build each other up. It's pretty easy to just perform because, we put so much pressure on each other every day. So.
Anything else from Marty?
Yeah,
Marty, just what did you see on the final drive? What was it like to be a part of that? What did you see from the guys up front on those multiple carries you got?
Oh yeah, it was great. We were straining to win, and that's what we did.
Last one.
Yeah, Marty, you have Bethune-Cookman coming in next week, a far different opponent than the one that you have. So do you think you'll be able to get more reps to try to work on certain things with an opponent much that isn't quite nearly as good as Notre Dame to be able to add as the year goes on?
For sure, yeah. Just, opponent like that, or, just staying focused in practice and keep going hard. That's all we can do.
Wrap us up on the left.
Mark, your touchdown was an interesting play, just the way it finished off. What was it like being a part? What did you guys see as the play continued there?
It was great. Just blessed, just to keep, running the ball and having the line behind me. It was great.
All right. Thanks, Marty.
Thanks.